Welcome back to our Paschar Mentor interview series. I'm Via Lim, the CEO of Paschar Consulting. The third episode, How Did You Package Yourself?, dives into the storytelling side of the college applications. I'm here again with Stacy and Seokhee, two of our amazing mentors at Paschar. They've helped many students craft compelling essays and application strategies because they've done it successfully themselves. Let's start with the Common App main essay. So what personal, unique storyline did you come up with? And especially for you, Stacy, please share your transfer application journey also.
For me, since I've transferred, I had two main essays. My first Common App essay was about fishing. I've always lived with my grandparents since I was young, and going fishing was always a core memory to me. I wanted to find a topic that really was unique to me, so I really focused on my upbringing, how the fishing toolbox was my favorite toy, and my relationship to my family in general. Yeah, and the second main essay I wrote for my transfer application was about two different plants named after two Greek goddesses. Transfer applications are a bit different. Why you want to transfer is the main theme you should be aiming for. So that's why I chose the theme of plants. It was inspired by my chemistry course project dealing with plant fertilization. So the moral of the story was, with the right environment, diverse perspectives, and focused academic resources, just like the nutrients to a plant, I can fully realize my potential and thrive in both growth and impact.
And actually, Stacy's essay can be also found in our essay book. This book features all of the essays from our Paschar mentors. So make sure to buy it on Aladdin, Yes24, and Kyobo.
Yeah, so moving on, my Common App essay was about how I led the renovation of my school's outdated broadcasting studio. And it wasn't just about physical upgrades, but it became a story about leadership, teamwork, and wanting to create something valuable for the community as a whole. And I highlighted how the experience reflected my drive to take initiative and support others, even behind the scenes. And Broadcasting Club was one of my core C's, and I participated for 9 years in a row, and it's the activity that I've spent so much time on it since 5th grade. So after writing tens of drafts for my Common App personal statement that's not related to this club, I decided to write something I'm really passionate about, and so I ended up writing about that.
Right, so personal statements don't necessarily have to be academic, or it doesn't have to show your major. It can also be a moment of realization, a core memory like a family history, or a life-changing experience. But make sure it shows your authentic self, just like Stacy and Seokhee have done. And next, school supplemental essays are tough, right? Especially why college ones. So how did you approach them?
For school-specific essays, researching the school thoroughly is key. Going through the rabbit hole of their school website is a must, I think. Try finding unique opportunities that the schools provide that other institutes don't. What programs do they have that interests you? Do they have a unique major or academically niche clubs that you like to be a part of? And also, does that align with your passion and what you want to explore more as a college student? Having these in mind, I think, would definitely help navigate your supplementary essays.
So for supplemental essays like Why This College, I focused on how Dartmouth's D-Plan and its liberal arts motto perfectly matched my diverse interests as a student. And I also mentioned my research experience and how it aligned with their undergraduate opportunities. And I really did to name drop the professors and research program that I was interested in. And for some schools, including Dartmouth, I even talked about my journey as a color deficient filmmaker. So how I use storytelling in unconventional ways despite a visual limitation. Also, I wrote about how I discovered my passion for engineering as a student researcher and entrepreneur.
Right, so supplemental essays are typically a little drier than the main personal statement, but it should still show your unique experiences and that good fit for each college. Obviously, you two did your extensive research on the school's programs also. And next, who wrote your recommendation letters and what advice would you give students when choosing recommenders?
I received 2 recommendation letters, one from my biology teacher and one from my English teacher. My biology teacher was in fact my freshman year class teacher, so she knew me from the beginning. She mentored me through various STEM activities outside of school and saw me grow throughout my years in high school. My English teacher was my senior year class teacher, so it was a good balance of my freshman year and senior year. She was very kind and generous to me, helping with my essays, all kinds of writing and in life as well.
So I actually received 4 recommendation letters in total, and my English teacher wrote one. So he's seen my growth as a essay writer throughout the essay writing classes and after school classes for like 3 years in high school. And my physics teacher was another, so he taught me from AP Physics 1 in my freshman year to all the way to AP Physics C, E, and M. I also included an additional letter from the CEO of the company where I interned at back in high school, and a research advisor recommendation letter from a math teacher who mentored me throughout the project that got me into ISEF. And I chose people who knew me deeply in different contexts and someone who can prove my activities and character in a uniform way with my personal statement.
Right, so when choosing recommenders, you need at least one teacher that's related to your major, like bio and physics, but also teachers that really know you well personally. And for additional recommenders, you can obviously choose your internship advisor or supervisor or a research advisor. That's really helpful too. And definitely choose the people that you're really close to, so they can write good things about you. So did you include anything extra, like supplemental materials, like a portfolio, video, or website? And how did those add value to your application?
I've submitted a link to a personal website that I've made to submit in the additional information section. Most of the time, a single page of resume and the Common App cannot really fully capture the real you. So by making a website, I could insert photos or link to external sources of all the activities and projects that I've done and visualize them of the admissions officers to get a bigger picture of who I am.
So as someone who did the paid internship in high school, I submitted a resume to present my activities and experiences in a more organized and kind of professional way. And I also included research supplements like an abstract or original research paper to provide tangible proof of my contributions. I think that really helped me add credibility and detail beyond what I could fit in the main application. And also I submitted a film supplement to some schools, so I edited the film works that I participated and submitted to prove that I really actually did the artistic job.
So Seokhee, you've gained both need-based and merit-based scholarships. Congrats.
Thank you.
And so how did you approach the financial aid process, and how do you help students think about this now?
Yeah, so I always tell students not to overlook like financial factors when applying to like deciding which college to attend. And I think it's not just about like getting in, but also about choosing a school that supports you sustainably. And I received need-blind financial aid from Dartmouth College and Notre Dame, which played some role in my decision. And as an international student, I highly recommend applying financial aid only to need-blind schools like Dartmouth or Notre Dame. And I also received a merit-based presidential science scholarship or 대통령 과학 장학금 in Korea. So if you're a Korean citizen who's interested in scholarships to study abroad, I highly recommend applying to programs like 대통령 과학 장학금 or 관정 scholarship.
Lastly, what was the most challenging part of your application, and how did you overcome it?
For me, the most challenging part of my application was in fact a personal and an internal struggle to stay focused during a difficult and turbulent time. My application was during the peak of COVID-19 and everything was up in the air. Are we going to go to college? Is it going to be in person, or can we even attend on the campus? Staying focused and not losing faith in the process, looking ahead. And the next really important chapter in your life was what kept me together. And also, don't forget to have fun during high school as well. Cherishing the moments with my friends, I think, was a big factor that kept me together.
So for me, the hardest part was finding a way to present my multiple passions in engineering, entrepreneurship, filmmaking, gender equality, music, etc. At first, they seemed kind of disconnected, but I tried really hard to make a connection and bridge the gap between these different activities. And I had to work hard to build a cohesive narrative that showed how these areas actually complement each other and reflect who I am.
Right, so strategy is very important. Showcasing all your interdisciplinary moments is really good, and also staying mentally healthy and well is also very important. So thank you both for your honesty and clarity. For everyone watching, your application is more than just a form. It's a story, it's a strategy, and a chance to show who you really are. Stacy and Seokhee are now helping students to do exactly what they have done through their mentorship. And in part 4, we'll wrap up the series by looking at what comes next, college life, long-term goals, and what success really means.